someday we may all slip away and know the meaning of his flight. Got a rhyme to share, it's written on the air as it blew into my sight. And I know it's true, though my days may be few, we can all fly into light. Just today, with the wind and my thoughts at play, I had some sense of flight. This day is done, the wind and I were very young, as we made our way into night. Today, with the wind and my thoughts at play, I had some sense of flight. This day is done, the wind and I were very young, as we made our way into night.
We're here. Good morning. Today is Pride in the Park, and a lot of our members are there helping to support the event. This is All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church, just checking that you know where you are. It's a church built on covenant, not creed. We do not have to think alike or even believe the same things in order to be here in a respectful and growing, loving community. So whoever you are, whatever your age, race, origin, orientation, background, status, ability, identity, if you care to be here with us in that spirit of mutuality, you are always welcome. We front load the services with a little bit of information, and so I'm going to have a board person, maybe even a couple. Rebecca Tuggle is coming to share some announcements. She's our treasurer.
Thank you, Barbara. Good morning. Okay, so this is the last day that I can honor Tina Hines as being Volunteer of the Month, and I promised her that I would make it brief because, let's face it, 5 Sundays in a row of getting faded. I know it should be wonderful, but when it's you, it's really not. So ask Bob, he feels the same way. And our giveaway the plate this month is Highland Center Ministries. We partner with them for a lot of things. One of them is the Highland Blessing Dinner, which this Thursday would be our turn to host. So if you're interested in doing that, get there at 5 o'clock. Try to no later than 5 because they start serving at 5:30. But they do so many wonderful things that it would take me a while to list them. Susan tried listing them last time, and it's like, yeah, no. So they do wonderful things. Any donation that you make that is not part of pledge goes to the giveaway the plate recipient of the month. So this month it is Highland Center Ministries, and goodness knows they need it, and they will use it to the best of their advantage. Let's see, we've got coming up, like I said, Highland Blessing Dinner is this Thursday at 5 o'clock. We have Building and Grounds Day, which will be coming up on the 13th of May. That's the second Saturday in May. We're the ones that take care of this property, and we need to keep it in as good a shape as possible, so anybody that could show up, that would be great. We usually do it 10 to 2 here on Saturdays, that second Saturday of the month. And of course, Zoom lunch is happening. That's on Tuesdays at noon. So you can come online and lunch with your friends from All Souls. And I think that's it for me. So thank you.
And just for the record, the second Saturday is the day before Mother's Day. And if y'all wanted to do an outing together, what a lovely thing to do, to come work out in the yard. So.
All right.
I'm sure mine would love it.
Mother-child bonding activity. I like it. I think it works. As Rebecca mentioned, and Barbara also, today is Pride in the Park. We are booth number 7, and we would love for you to come out and see us. And I just got this shirt. It says, "My faith is love," and it says, "UU values protect trans kids." So I can't remember off the top of my head, but if you want the link to order one, I will gladly furnish that for you. And if we maybe even want to buy a few, we can talk about that too. But I just wanted to show off my shirt. So thank you, Ava. I appreciate that. And we hope to see you this afternoon.
Many of you who are here were also there, but we had a memorial celebration yesterday for one of our own, and there were at least 150 people here. And my sense is, in addition to all those at the park, there is that UU tendency to just feel like you have one square a week to check off for church stuff. And that many UUs were there, and they may feel like they've done church because they heard me already. This is real echoey. I don't know what the thing is with it. But we're here, and I thank you for coming. I thank you for not being one of those one-check people. You're being more invested in. And I invite you to let the pews hold you and catch your breath for a minute. The choir will not be able to sit for long, but I do want you to catch some breaths. We're in a safe place right now. Now, we've got a new song, and I'm going to have the choir sing it through first. And in it, there is room for some activity. So the second time through, I'm going to have you all get up and sing it with us as you will. But in part of the song, it talks about telling your neighbor hello and telling your neighbor they matter. Now, American Sign So you can wave, you know, tell your neighbor hello, tell your neighbor they matter. Tell your neighbor hello, look them in the eye, and nod at them and say they matter. Okay? Y'all can help me teach it to the other folks when we get it. Oh, look at y'all.
Make a little joyful noise in the morning when we come here. Make a little joyful noise, it'll help you through the day. Make a little joyful noise in the morning when we come here. Make a little joyful noise, it'll help you on your way. Tell your neighbor hello. Tell your neighbor they matter. Tell your neighbor hello. Look him in the eye.
Before look him in the eye, there's a little bit of a pause. Like, tell your neighbor
Hello. Look him in the eye.
catch that pause. All right, we're gonna start at the top of tell your neighbor hello.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Tell your neighbor hello.
Tell your neighbor they matter.
Tell your neighbor hello. Look him in the eye and say they matter. Make a little joyful noise in the morning when we come here. Make a little joyful noise, it'll help you through the day. Make a little joyful noise in the morning when we come here. Make a little joyful noise, it'll help you on your way.
Okay. We're going to do it. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yes. Okay.
Here we go.
Make a little joyful noise in the morning when we come here. Make a little joyful noise, it'll help you through the day. Make a little joyful noise in the morning when we come here. Make a little joyful noise, it'll help you on your way. Tell your neighbor hello. Tell your neighbor they matter. Tell your neighbor hello. Look them in the eye and nod at them and say they matter. Make a little joyful noise in the morning when we come here. Make a little joyful noise, it'll it'll help you through the day. Make a little joyful noise in the morning when you come here. Make a little joyful noise, it'll help you on your way.
That's a good start. Thomas Stark King, who was a Universalist and Unitarian, who Abraham Lincoln credited with keeping California from becoming a separate territory. And these records are in like congressional records and stuff like that. Thomas Stark King wrote, "I believe that if on every Sunday morning before going to church, we could be lifted to a mountain peak and see a horizon line of 600 miles, enfolding the copious splendor of the light on such a varied expanse. Or if we could look upon a square mile of flowers representing all the species with which the creative spirit embroiders a zone. Or if we could be made to realize the distance of the earth from the sun, the light of which travels every morning 12 millions of miles a minute to feed and bless us, and which the force of gravitation pervades without intermission to hold our globe calmly in its orbit and on its poise. If we could fairly perceive through our outward senses one or two features of the constant order and glory of nature, our materialistic dullness would be broken. Surprise and joy would be awakened. We should feel that we live amid the play of infinite thought, and the devout spirit would be stimulated so potently that our hearts would naturally mount in praise and prayer." Just taking a minute to notice one or two incredibilities that are just facts of this life could bring us exploding joy, according to Thomas Stark King. Now, we have a couple of chalice lightings to do. Would somebody care to lead the first part of the chalice lighting? Would you rise, please, in body or spirit? Oh, I'm sorry. Celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together with mind, hands, and heart, we care for the earth and for each other. I was just forgetting all kinds of stuff. Thank you. You may be seated for a minute. Getting your exercise today. Thank you, Hava. That's great. Light of life, be kindled again in our hearts. We meet this morning to celebrate the joy of human community, seeking a wholeness that extends beyond ourselves, Deep calls unto deep. Joy calls unto joy. Light calls unto light. Every day brings struggle. Every day brings joy. We aspire to create a deeper peace, a larger love, a more embracing hope, a deeper joy in this life we share. We light this chalice this morning to remind us of the power and beauty of balance and contrast. It is darkness that can make the flame of a single candle so powerful, and light that deepens those shadows in turn. A chalice flame is the meeting point, the union of the refuge, the safety and incredible beauty of darkness, and the warmth, the assurance, and the joy of light. May lighting our chalice this morning remind us that we're stronger together. Next is our unison affirmation. So if your knees are good and you feel like rising yet again in body or spirit, that would be lovely. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. Now, our hymns this morning will be kind of tricky. We're doing 3 in a row, but just pieces of them. 2 of them you will recognize as being other seasonal, but the lyrics fit the service. So if you are ready for those, Miss Susan, go ahead. Joy to the earth, now gladness reigns. Let hearts their songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plains repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat, repeat the sounding joy. Got another one of those. Deck the halls with work and folly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Play like monkeys in a barrel, fa la 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 la. Another verse. Faster than we like go quick, fa la 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 la. Hail the new and leave the masses, fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, fa la 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 la. Never mind the wind and weather, fa la 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 la. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. Remember that. Thank you. Please be seated.
There is a story, and I believe it comes from the Hindu tradition. If that's wrong, I will correct myself next week, but I believe that's right. So there was a man and his son, and the man wanted to teach the son about how to have joy, and how to have joy even when there is pain in life. And I am wondering, Ava, if you'd be willing to come and help me with this. I promise it won't be too yucky. So first he took some nice fresh water from the lake. It was a very clean lake. We don't have a lake here. We might have had one this week when it rained, but we don't have a lake right now. But, oh, this is from Cross Lake? Okay, good point. Actually, I think it's from Music Mountain. But anyway, so, oh, you want to? Yeah, you want to jump it? Yeah. Not a whole lot. And you'll see why I said not a whole lot. Like, about if it would be the spoon. Okay, that's probably good. So he gave his son some of the water with the salt and said, taste it. I'll taste it too. You don't have to do this alone. I know. Jackson, okay. All right, ready? Cheers. It's okay. Can you taste the salt?
I would rather have plain water than with salt in it.
Right, I agree. So I'm gonna do this, and I will not drink out of this one. I'm just gonna let you. But pour it in the pitcher and then in the cup. What a great idea. So the old man poured the water into the lake and then poured his son a glass of water from the lake. Now taste it.
Less salty.
Less salty. Do you still kind of taste the salt? Mm-hmm. But not as much, right? Yeah. Is that something you might drink, or maybe not so much? Better than the first time. And so what the father was trying to say was, are you the glass or are you the lake? Because if you're the lake, then you are going to widen the container for the pain of life. You're going to reach out to your spiritual source, whether that is God or whether that is the highest, best part of you, whether that is this community, whether that is all of those and more. That is your source of joy. That is how, if you can enlarge the container, be the lake instead of the glass. Does that make sense, Jackson? All right, thank you so much, and Ava too, for helping out. I appreciate it. I think I'm not sure if we have another teacher down the hall or not. So I know Mr. Kevin is not feeling well today. But Miss Susan is going to come with the, and if you need to meet together, that might be a great idea. And Miss Pam may be down there. I think she did say she was coming. So Susan, if you'll take him and just come back and snag another adult if you need to. All right, let's sing them out. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
This reading comes from Richard S. Gilbert. He begins with a quote from E.B. White. It's hard to know when to respond to the seductiveness of the world and when to respond to its challenge. If the world were merely seductive, that would be easy. If it were merely challenging, that would be no problem. But I arise in the morning torn between the desire to improve the world and desire to enjoy the world. This makes it hard to plan the day. He goes on, I rise in the morning torn between the desire to save the world or to savor it, to serve life or to enjoy it, to savor the sweet taste of my own joy or to share the bitter cup of my neighbor, to celebrate life with exuberant step or to struggle for the life of the heavy laden. What am I to do when the guilt at my bounty clouds the sky of my vision? When the glow which lights my every day illumines the hurting world around me? To savor the world or save it? God of justice, if such there be, take from me the burden of my question. Let me praise my plenitude without limit. Let me cast from my eyes all troubled folk. No, you will not let me. You will not stop my ears to the cries of the hurt and the hungry. You will not close my eyes to the sight of the afflicted. What is that you say? To save, one must serve. To savor, one must save. The one will not stand without the other. Forgive me in my preoccupation with myself. In my concern for my own life, I had forgotten. Forgive me, God of justice. Forgive me and make me whole. And let me add, and even then, give me the courage to live with joy for the world and joy for living. title of this morning's message comes from a quote from Molly Fumia. Molly has a master's in theology from Union Theological Seminary, which is right up the street from Thomas Starr King Seminary, which is one of the Unitarian Universalist primary seminaries. As a matter of fact, people from Starr King actually attend courses at Union Theological Seminary with some frequency, I think. But the quote goes, "To be joyful in the universe is a brave and reckless act. The courage for joy springs not from the certainty of human experience, but the surprise. Our astonishment at being loved, our bold willingness to love and return. These wonders promise the possibility of joyfulness, no matter how often or how harshly love seems to be lost. Therefore, despite the world's sorrows, we give thanks for our loves, for our joys, and for the continued courage to be happily surprised." Now, in an interview this week on NPR, and I have to admit, I turned it on in the middle of the interview and I turned it off when I got where I was going and did not hear who made this comment. But somebody was doing an interview, and the interviewee said, "The Irish have an abiding sense of tragedy which carries them through their temporary appearance of joy." I, being predominantly of Irish and Scottish heritage, can take that slam. Me and all my Eeyorishness. But I'm afraid all too often, for at least the last several years, this is the posture from which many of us have been living, perpetually waiting for the other shoe to drop. Of course, we can rest assured that at some point another shoe is going to drop, but it may be from an entirely different pair of shoes or other footwear. But whether intentionally or unintentionally, consciously or unconsciously, if we are, like the Irish saying, having a mental or emotional default or preference for the tragic view, our awareness of the needs and weaknesses and failings and threats of human existence, then according to the poet's perspective, we are not taking the path with the most courage. So even though we might theoretically believe in compassion, love, and goodness, we live as though cruelty, hatred, and evil around us are the primary forces in play. Our skepticism, or what we may even call realism, leaves far too many few occasions when we courageously carry joy into the world where people so desperately need it. I can't speak for you, but for me, there's a vast, palpable difference, and I know I've spoken about it before, between those who don't seem to have a care in the world, or perhaps don't care enough about the world to let its state bother them, and those who have who truly carry deep joy who have the gravity of presence that comes from walking through fire, knowing great pain or suffering, but those whose courage prevails and faith holds them capable of both boundless love and generosity and a joy that makes me embarrassed at my petty fretting. Their engagement with the world is not lacking from this, but again manages to be more healing and more effective and unapologetically bold in the way they oppose forces that those forces don't know how to address them. It often makes them fearful, and that's dangerous because people acting out of fear can do horribly extreme things. But it's that poise and that confident, deep joy that is so intimidating. It's not raised voices and placards, and it's the people who actually carry the knowingness that somehow reaches through and past all of that. I made notes for myself, places all over the place. Let me see. Now, many of you are really brilliant. You excel in your field. You read and read and read and learn more and study more and then interact more and keep adding to your knowledge base, which is already quite substantial. Many of you are truly courageous in the way that you live. I think of this one in particular. On the other hand, I have to admit that quite often I will take the easiest path that I can live with. There's some easy paths that I would not let myself get away with. And the path I take is not necessarily the clearly cowardly sort of easiest road, but also not necessarily the clearly most courageous and noble path. I might hide my actions behind the notion of being an introvert. I might hide my actions because my appearance makes some people uncomfortable. And I don't want to make that confrontation with people who, quite frankly, sometimes can be flat out rude. But if by my choosing to let those things influence me away from what might be a productive interaction, I'm failing to practice courage. And the best way to develop courage is to practice the little things, that being courageous with the little things that you're afraid of. You know, I'm talking to a courageous bunch here, so I guess I'm teaching what I most need to learn. From Frederick Buechner: your life and my life flow into each other as waves into wave, and unless there is peace and joy in freedom for you, there cannot be real peace or joy or freedom for me. I think unless I can open enough to let myself be surprised by joy, there's no way I can give that to anyone else. opening seems to be a big piece of the puzzle for a whole lot of things. But it takes courage, and courage takes practice. And it's in that courage that we can be surprised by joy. Compassion, love, and kindness must wear skin suits. If we believe in those things, we have reason for letting ourselves be surprised by joy and for practicing courage, and not then waiting for the darkness to consume it, of that anticipating the other shoe. I think we'll sing. Our closing songs. The first is There's More Love Somewhere, and we're going to sing 2 verses, Love and Joy. And then we have another new song, so if you want to sit down in between and let us sing through it once before we have y'all stand back up and sing with us, that's fine. There is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more joy somewhere. All right. Would you like to sit while we collect up here? Y'all have the words for this one?
We do.
Yeah, watch the sword.
We're so shy. Get up, get moving. It's gonna be another great day to be together. Get up, get moving. It's gonna be another great day. We're pointing in a beautiful direction and we're on our way. Wake up, start moving. We're opening our senses so we're present to the moment. Wake up, get moving, start moving. Gonna be another great day. We're pointing in a beautiful direction and we're on our way. start moving. Gonna be another great day. We're pointing in a beautiful direction and we're on our way.
It got better.
That's grown on me. I mean,
Wait till I change it again. May we know this ending as more than a time of goodbye, but may the warmth of this community and the memory of our chalice flames sustain our hearts and encourage our minds as we engage the blessings of life's challenges and joys. The service is ending. Let your service begin. Go in peace. Go supporting those who have struggles. And if you're at Pride, I'll see you there in a little bit. Amen. Blessed be.
Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee. God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee.
Your teacher says take off your robes.
Hail the
Take off your robes. Do it quickly, come on. I don't know, just take off your robes.
Put on anything you want. If we're gonna go out there, we're gonna go out there comfortable. Some of us.
Pain and sadness drive the